Did Dear Daniel break up Hello Kitty's first marriage? And what's the #1 most kawaii superstar in the world doing with someone who's barely even known? Are they secretly married? And is Dear Daniel really the most boring Sanrio character? Or is there something more to this charming cat boy? Hi friends, my name's Amber and I'm so obsessed with all things kawaii that I literally moved across the world to Japan to study Japanese just to learn everything there is to know about all my favorite characters. And I share what I learned with you guys here on the Blippo channel. Let's get into Dear Daniel. So Dear Daniel is a charming white cat character with spiky bangs. He kind of looks like the male version of Hello Kitty, right? Well, that's because Dear Daniel was in fact made by Sanrio, the same company that brought us the famed Hello Kitty. He was born in London on May 3rd, which yes, makes him a Taurus. And being a Taurus, he is stubborn, but also very loyal. As for his height, he's about 4 melons tall, which is a very Sanrio way of measuring height. As for his personality, he's sweet, sentimental, and a bit of a dreamer. He loves photography, especially capturing animals in their natural habitats. And his ultimate dream is, get this, either become a world-class photographer or become a celebrity. What kind of celebrity? We don't know, just celebrity. That doesn't really seem to go with the rest of his whole wholesome vibe. And hopefully he's not dating Hello Kitty just for the fame. You're not doing that, right? Dear Daniel's other hobbies include music and dancing, but we'll get into that later because first, let's talk about his name. How cute is this Dear Daniel plushie? He has a bouquet of flowers, such a gentleman. So where exactly did this character's name Dear Daniel come from? Well, his full name is actually Daniel Starr, so Dear Daniel is just a nickname. His first name, Daniel, was chosen after a character in a Hollywood film called Melody of Love. And I don't know any other Sanrio characters with names from Hollywood films, so that's pretty unique. And just like the film character who he was named after, Dear Daniel is thoughtful, kind, and always there for his friends. The dear part of his nickname is extra special because he is very dear to our beloved Hello Kitty. There are a lot of rumors surrounding Dear Daniel and Hello Kitty's relationship, but we'll have to get into that later because it's a lot. So Dear Daniel first appeared in 1993 as a baby in the Hello Kitty baby series, which is exactly where my t-shirt is from. How cute. Anyway, his official debut actually came a bit later in 1999 when he was reintroduced as Hello Kitty's boyfriend. There's a very interesting story behind that which we're gonna cover, but while we're on the topic of his creation, let's talk about his family. So Dear Daniel grew up in a family of 4 with his 2 parents and younger brother. We don't know too much about his mom and younger brother though, so let's talk about his dad. His dad actually had a huge influence on him. He was a professional photographer who traveled the world for work. This sparked Dear Daniel's own love for photography. His dad is his biggest inspiration. We don't know too much about his friends or other people in his life though. Some speculate this is because the character was created specifically just to be Hello Kitty's boyfriend, so there wasn't that much thought put into his backstory, but we'll have to talk about that later. Later. I have a mini Dear Daniel here. It's like the dad and the son, Dear Daniel. Okay, so we know Dear Daniel's main purpose of being created was to be Hello Kitty's perfect match, which some say makes him a bit boring, but actually there's a lot more to this cat than you might think. For example, remember before how we said he dreams of being a professional photographer? Well, he takes that dream very seriously. So seriously, in fact, that he literally moved to Africa so that he can build his portfolio of animal photography. Also mentioned earlier, we said that he likes music. Well, he is actually a musician. He likes playing piano and making records. He even had a debut CD called White Angel, which was sold at Sanrio Pure Land for some time. I have some guesses of who that album might be about. And that's not all. He already seems like a perfect dreamy gentleman, but he's also great at ballet. So good that he actually performed in New York. What a world traveler. And remember his dream about being a celebrity someday? Well, he's actually already achieved that. He's in a boys group called M's Idol along with Cinnamon Roll, Pom Pom Purin, and Bad Bots Maru. Together, they make the stage shine with their cool music and incredible dance moves. So yes, glad to see you living your dreams, Dear Daniel. Okay, now for the tea you've all been waiting for. What's the deal with Dear Daniel and Hello Kitty's love life? How did these two Did Dear Daniel actually break up Hello Kitty's first marriage? Well, let's start from the beginning because it's an interesting one. So Dear Daniel and Hello Kitty had a bit of an arranged marriage made by Sanrio. So if you know anything about pop culture in Japan, you probably also know about idol culture. So in Japan, there's these idol groups that sing and dance, and they're considered to be very pure. So most of them aren't allowed to have boyfriends while they're under contract. But there was this one idol called Namie Amuro who did come out as having a boyfriend, and this became super hot news. Her popularity actually went up from this. All of this drama actually inspired Yuko Yamaguchi, who is the Sanrio artist that created Hello Kitty. She thought that by giving Hello Kitty a boyfriend, it would be just as big news, spiking her popularity. So yes, Dear Daniel was created to be Hello Kitty's match made in heaven. Not the most romantic of stories. Okay, so here's a big question that fans always ask. Are Dear Daniel and Hello Kitty married? You might have seen the two in wedding outfits before, but actually, no, they're not married yet. The outfits are just because the couple are really popular with wedding themes and bridal fare. Is that Santi? Santi? Oh, funny running into you here.
Hi, Amber. What are you doing here?
I'm here to learn about Dear Daniel today.
Dear Daniel? Oh my gosh. Okay, I heard a rumor that Hello Kitty was married to someone before, and Dear Daniel came and broke them up. But I did some digging, and it turns out that rumor is not even true. Thank gosh.
Yes.
So there's a rumor that Dear Daniel and Hello Kitty are married because of this boat ride at Sanrio Land.
Yeah, the ride invites you to a suspiciously wedding-like party hosted by Dear Daniel and Hello Kitty wearing like wedding clothes.
But according to Sanrio, they're just dating. Suspicious. So what do you guys think? Are Hello Kitty and Dear Daniel secretly married but keeping it hidden behind the public eye?
Let us know what you guys think, and you'll be automatically entered to win one of these exclusive Blippo backpacks. Have you heard about the Sanrio character popularity rankings? It's a contest that happens every year where fans across the world vote for their favorite character. And in 2013, Dear Daniel said that if fans voted him into the top 10, he would propose to Hello Kitty. Sadly, he didn't make it into the top 10 that year, so there was no proposal. So yeah, it seems that our charming cat does struggle a bit when it comes to popularity. The highest he's ever ranked was 3rd place back in 2002. These days, he hangs out in about 28th place behind characters like Mina no Tabo and Yoshi Kitty, who are very interesting characters that we're gonna do deep dives on. Make sure not to miss out on those. Anyway, despite struggling with popularity, Dear Daniel has actually done a lot of collaborations. For example, there was a really cute collab between Sanrio and Mofu-san where one of the cats dressed up as Dear Daniel. It was the cutest catception. Dear Daniel was also part of the collab between Sanrio and Project Sekai Colorful Stage featuring Hatsune Miku. In this collab, fans could win all sorts of cute items. Dear Daniel's also teamed up with characters from popular anime like Tokyo Revengers and Attack on Titan. So yeah, he's been making his mark all over the kawaii sphere. And hopefully these collabs will lead to him growing in popularity someday. Want to see Dear Daniel in action? You can catch him in some of Sanrio's animated shows like The Adventures of Hello Kitty and Friends. He's also been in some games like Dear Daniel's Sweet Adventure and a pocket version of Dance Dance Revolution, which makes sense because he does in fact love dancing. And if you're visiting the Hello Kitty theme parks in Japan like Harmonyland or Pureland, where we are right now, you might just see him in parades and special events. He even appears in character greetings sometimes. You can of course also meet his girlfriend Hello Kitty here. And if you want to know more about her, including who she was presumed to be married to before dating Dear Daniel, then make sure to check out the next video. Bye! Gosh, I just realized there's been like my hair on him the whole time. That's embarrassing. It's a little dirty.